if you notice between these two rigs, right? Here's the I have the mesh, then I have the global controller, then I have the group. Whereas this one, I have the mesh, I have the group, and then I have the global controller. This order system doesn't matter. So I could just grab this, middle mouse, click and hold and drag, and making sure it's only a line, a straight line. If it's a straight line, that means I just dropped it there. So I'm just showing here the selection. It doesn't matter as long as it is like this. And inside of the empty group is this. Okay, so that's the I, right? Everything is here for the I, right? See, nice and clean. This one, I'm gonna move it like that. This is why it's not locked out. This one is locked out, locked out, locked out, and this one's not locked out because I want to be able to pull. And this one is my COG. See how scale XYZ is locked out in the visibility. And if I were to, yeah, you cannot scale it for my COG. Okay. Very clean. And my my global controller is not locked out. My global controller has outputs to the Delta Mush, and it's yellow, right? And my when I grab the global controller, the outputs the Delta Mush 2. You notice smoothing iterations. This one specifically set to 125 because when I do something stream, like rotate it, it's clean. Okay, and yeah, so that's everything. And then if I scale my global controller, the mesh is intact. If your mesh is not intact and looks more losing form and shape and just looks bad, that means you forgot to do the connection editor. So that's the letter I, and you notice the letter I color coded, the bones and everything reference. This is super important, and it's in the center of the 3D world. Right. So like the R, I can I'm gonna talk about that. But hide I and G. Press H to show it. Center of the 3D world. You can see the global controller, Delta Mush, right? And then the COG locked out, right? See this one, 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 everything. So everything is clean. And my G, you can scale it up. Don't worry about this ridging, right? I'm not gonna deduct points if there's some ridging. That's during the text creation process. But for the most part, it's very much acceptable. Alright, so that's the G. And so now I'm gonna reveal everything, right? So for example, the letter R, you know, I grab its global controller, right? And I can scoot it over. Oh, come on. And then I grab the G, its global controller. That's how you initially, you know, set up like that. And then from there, I can just, for now, I can just hide my global controller because this kind of gets in the way. I can hide the global controller. I can hide the global controller. That. And then from there you can animate. Yeah. You know, and if you needed to place this entire rig somewhere else, right? You know, you could either, whether it be grabbing it by the center of gravity, see how it's strategically made, so you can see what is what, right? That's on purpose. I designed it that way, the center of gravity controller. And then, you know, could do this, would be on top of a cliff, and then bloop, 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 bloop. Right? You could keyframe that. Or you could grab the global controllers. I decided to name it their I. Oh, no, you know what? This part. I global controller. And then G global controller. So R, I, G. You can also, you know, place your rig wherever it needs to be by grabbing the global controllers, holding control, right? And then you could place your global controller. Let's say it's down here, right? This is fine. This is moving it via the global controller. Previously, I moved it with your center of gravity, so there's some flexibility. But if I look here, right, and I grab my center of gravity, there's no values. It's clean. There's no value, so that's, you know, it's a clean start, you could say. And then you could start keyframing from here. You grab all the so you grab all of this. Ooh, oh yeah, I forgot. I need to set reference. See, if I did this, for a moment I was confused. What am I grabbing? I'm grabbing the bones, and that's no good. Never grab your bones and set a keyframe. And you shouldn't be able to grab your bones in the first place, right? Because I noticed I did not set my R letter, the bones for it, to reference. Now I cannot grab it. So now if I grab all of this, see this? It grabs entire controllers, everything for all of them. See here? See? This here? See? This here? See? And then you can set a keyframe. See, on frame 0, hit S. And then here, for the graph editor, see all of this? We grabbed all of that. Press F. This is a keyframe. This right here. See? If I grab this, red, red, red. And then, so like I said, here, here, and here, right? Keyframe. And it's right now underneath the thing, right? And then if I go up to say 7, set a keyframe. Like that. So from here, from underneath, right? And then maybe around the midpoint, I'll just lift it up. See? You notice this is what I have. It looks like I'm missing a keyframe here and here, right? I can just press S. Because right now I grabbed all the center of gravity controllers and I hit S. But if I were to grab these secondary controllers, oh look, there's no keyframe. So that's, you know, it's good to go in and, for example, here, S. If I grab this, yeah, these are keyframed. not keyframed. So right now I'm just grabbing all the controllers and keyframing them. Like this one, no keyframe. Which is an easier way. I mean, I could grab all of it like that, right? It's a bit of micromanage, right? Because if I grab the secondary controllers, you notice that there's no end keyframe, right? To know where it ends, right? It is for a COG, right? The timing wise, see that COG? But when I grab the baby controllers, there's nothing for me to gauge by, you know, markers. So I just gotta hit S manually. So what I can do is grab all of it, including that, hit S. That way I know, you know, over here, I can either like do some bending, because now I have markers. I got my auto keyframe on. So from here, see, that's animated. Straight, bent. See that? Maybe this, right? Grab that, that, that. But you notice there's no end keyframe. So you also, you know, you can go in here, and then I'm gonna crack that open, grab that, including my center of gravity. Now I know it's supposed to be here. Hit S, lock it in. Over here, hit S, lock it in. So here, now I can go grab this, and this. That. And then here, this, even though this just looks like one keyframe, it's actually grab this one, it grabs this one, it grabs this one, and this one. And if I do this, you notice that. So you're grabbing multiple curves. I grab this and do that. I compare. See? If I want to zero it out, it's this one. There. This is your value. This is the key, what key it's on. So that's pretty much that. And if I want this to go back to normal, grab that, and that. Type in 0. So that's the basic premise of setting all of that up. It's slightly, you know, some bit of micromanaging, you know, just to set major keyframes for all the controllers and the baby joints, right? And if I want to have everything back to normal, grab all of that. And then if I want to just be baseline default, I can go in, I in here, right click, delete. Over here, right click, delete. Over here, right click, delete. But you notice, even though it's cleaned out, it's still underneath the ground. Well, you have to remember that the global controllers, which I have it hidden, now I type in 0. Now it's all back here. Right? And I can also reveal my global controller. It's just that right now they're overlapping. See? So that's basically it. That was pretty long at 37 minutes, but at least now you know what to look for, what to verify that your rigs are stable, right? And the basic premise of animating them as a set. And also, if you wanted to have, for example, the letter I, oh, I still have keyframes, see? Kind of annoying. So grab all of it. You can, these leftover keyframes, right? Kind of annoying. What I can do is hold Shift, click, left click, and drag. Right? Again, that's hold the Shift, like around, hold Shift, and then left click, say here, and drag it out. Let go of everything. Right click, delete. And then let's say the letter G. It's center of gravity. Click that. Holding Shift and click it will expand all. And I still got some leftover garbage, so I'm gonna hold Shift, left click here, and then drag while still holding Shift. Let go. Right click, delete. R, center of gravity, hold Shift, left click, expand all, grab all the controllers. Oh, there's one left. Delete. So, because if there's any keyframes left behind and then you animate and forgetting that there's keyframes, it's gonna mess up the animation. So right now there's no keyframes on anything. Any controller, there's no keyframes. See? No keyframes. It's clean. So basically, I recommend grabbing the global controller, place it wherever the hell it needs to be, rotate it wherever the hell it needs to be. Oh, by the way, if you rotate it, it'll do this. So that's another thing to address. If I do this, yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah. So probably having it rotated may not be the best choice right now, because you got this offset. You have to make a group that contains everything. That's just more work. So try not to rotate it. You could use a VZ parent master, the plugin rig, and that will fix that. Not fix that, but it'll make it where they all rotate together, right? With the VZ parent rig. Otherwise, it's gonna do this individually rotation. So yeah. All right. So that's already 40 minutes. That's way too long. So that's everything. It's pretty important stuff because you have to understand how to work your rig and how to understand that the rig is stable. So yeah. Anyway, all right, that's about it. Bye.